Hey friends, I'm going to hang out here just a second and see if anybody pops on. How's everybody doing tonight? I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get on tonight, so I didn't give you a heads up. Sorry about that. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with Journey Back lately. I'm Rachel. I'm the owner of Journey Back Quilts, and we have some exciting things happening here soon. For one, we're getting a website here soon. My friend, my sister's sister-in-law is actually building us a website, so I'm super excited for that. We'll be able to help more clients this way and be able to put out more classes this way, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. So we have a lot of new followers, and thank you all for following us and for liking our page and keeping up with all of the projects we've been doing for our clients. Like this one back here, you can see is a quilt top that a friend's mom had made back long time ago, I believe, and it never got finished. So that's one that I was able to help finish for them, and it turned out amazing. So I can't wait for her to see it. She'll love it. And yeah, so my story, how I got into quilting, is kind of a funny one. My grandma taught us how to quilt back when I was about 14. She wintered in Arizona, and so for us to get together in the summer when she was in town, she thought, well, let's do a craft together, and quilting was what she chose. So we all got together. Let's see, there was 9 of us women, I believe, and we had 4 sewing machines and 1 iron and ironing board. So if you've ever quilted before, you know how crazy it is. You go from machine to the iron, to the machine, to the iron, to the cutting board. I think we only had 1 cutting area as well that we all had to share. So I was super impatient as a 14-year-old and hated it. Everything I did turned out wrong. So I enjoyed the company, of course, but I just pretty much just hung out and was like, yeah, whatever. Well, then 2005, I had Bell's palsy. It was about 3 or 4 months before my wedding day, and half of my face went paralyzed. Pretty freaky thing to happen, but the doctor was like, it's probably just stress related, so you need to take time off of work. And so while I did, I was super bored, and my mom suggested I make a quilt. So she let me use her brand new sewing machine, and I made a jean quilt, which she was very nervous about. And it kind of rubbed off on me a little bit more then, but it still wasn't the best. My seams didn't match up. I still had holes in my quilt. I still hated it. So fast forward a couple more years, we've had our 2 kids, and my mom bought me a little sewing machine for my Christmas present. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Mom. I just love sewing. So I decided, well, our oldest is going to have his new big boy bed here pretty soon. And instead of paying for a quilt to be made or buying a comforter set or whatever, I thought I will make him a custom one for him. So I started with a rag quilt, and it went okay again, still not perfect. And as I was clipping all of the edges to make it rag, I clipped through most of my seams, and I was so frustrated. My mom helped me re-sew it back together, and he still sleeps with it, still now, and he's 11 years old. So then the next year, when our daughter was getting her bed, I decided to make another quilt, and after that, I fell in love with it. It was relaxing to me. It was almost therapeutic for me. And I think it just took the time and some patience to figure out how a machine actually works. So that was one thing I don't feel like I got taught very well. I kind of learned all of that on my own through trial and error, a lot of YouTube videos. I had no idea what free motion quilting was until I stumbled upon it on YouTube. So YouTube Versity was awesome, but I watched hours and hours and hours and hours of different videos. Some helpful, some not so much. And so one of my goals with teaching classes is to teach you how to do all of the stuff that I was frustrated with from the get-go, so that you don't have to go through those hours and hours of watching YouTube and practicing and trial and error and breaking needles and throwing away thread that doesn't work well and cutting your projects wrong and then having to trash them, or just being frustrated with it. So that's one of my passions. The second passion with quilting came because I had some back issues going on. And so quilting was really a helpful release for that, because I could just kind of zone out from the pain and the frustration of my body not working and sit and sew for as long as I wanted to. Now, sometimes that irritated the back even more, but I've learned stretches and things that can help me to be able to keep going. And after that, this business just bloomed, and it just keeps going, and it's all to God's glory. He just has taken it and he runs with it. So the next thing is we're going to have some classes. They're all going to be online, so they're going to be self-paced. You're going to get 5 videos every month. It's going to be kind of subscription based. So it starts February and it'll end in November. So you'll get 50 total lessons. This is a huge, huge deal. Usually quilting lessons are about $20 per hour at least. And you're going to get a box full of all the fabric that you need to make the quilt top. So that was one really cool thing I wanted to show you here. So we're using Riley Blake's Vintage Happy 2, which is coming out in December. So it's going to be brand spanking new. So I wanted to show you that. Let's see if you can see it. Look at all of those. Aren't those so adorable? I love, love, love this one up here. I think that will make really cool borders or something. We'll see. We'll see what we get to. And then there's a whole nother page. Isn't that adorable? So you're going to get all of these fabrics plus background fabric, which we're going to just go with white because that's what the pattern recommends. Oh, and I totally forgot to tell you what pattern we're doing. The Farm Girl Vintage. So if you've been kind of following me, you'll see, you have seen some of this, and they're just so adorable. So she has 48 total blocks in this pattern book. Not all of them can fit in the quilt, so some of them you might be able to turn into pillows or even just frame it if you're going to put it in a bedroom or something. So once we get to the end, you'll have your entire quilt top pieced and ready to go. And to get it finished, I'm going to offer a discount on my long arming services if that is something that would interest you. There are some adorable pantographs, and I don't have a picture of it, of course. One of them has the little milk jugs on it and then little swirls to connect all the milk jugs. So, so cute. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, so the other thing is we're only opening this up to maybe 20 students. So probably around 12 to 20. So if you want in, I need to get your contact information on a wait list now. The cost of the class, right now, it's on sale. It's a pre-order thing. For $1,000 total is what the class is going to cost. So it's $100 a month, but if you pay for it now full, you get 20% off. So it's only $800 for the entire class. So if you want to do it subscription based, you can, and that's $100 a month if you sign up now. Starting January 1st, it's going to go up to $120 a month or $1,000 for the entire class. So if you want into it with a good price, get in it right now. Yeah, this is definitely a good price for this kind of a class, because with all of that fabric, you're getting around 9 yards of fabric, and usually that's around $15 per yard, plus the videos. And there's going to be some extras in your boxes each month too, so you will be super surprised and thrilled to see what I have planned for those. It's super cute. So if you're interested, get your email to me soon so I can get you on the wait list, and I will get you an order form as soon as I can. The website should be finished here within a couple weeks or so I will get that to you, or somehow we'll get it to you soon. So if you want something physical in the mail, we can mail that to you as well. So just get me your contact information. I'd love to help you get started with sewing. If you're a brand new sewer, this is a good class for you. If you've already learned how to quilt, this is a good class for you as well. It will go over all those basics. Plus, there's a lot of intricate blocks that we're going to touch on too. So I hope you'll join me. It's going to be so much fun. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.